Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week we're going to have fun and look at another kit here for my kit reviews here. And this is another one that I've really not really seen or know much about. And this one also is from the collection of Greg Wann. We call him the Master Caster, or on Facebook, Holy Grail's Resin. And this is just a he picks up some of these odd kits, and I've never really seen them or looked at them, but it's fun to get a hold of them and actually look them over and see what's going on. And this, of course, is the MPC Mannix Roadster, which I know is a Oldsmobile Toronado front-wheel drive car. I know a little bit about that car, not one of my favorite cars, front-wheel drive. Some of the looks I really like, especially the first ones. But this one, it was customized by George Barris, which a ton of them were at that time, and it was for the show Mannix. And this one's cut up into a Roadster. And the kit follows a lot of that fairly accurately. But it's quite interesting, and there's a number of things I think is kind of fun looking at this kit and everything. But like I said, this is from 1968, and it's kit number 609-200. And from what I understand, it's only been issued the one time, and it's pretty rare. I was just trying to find a little bit more information on it. I like how it actually has copyright 1968 right on it, but it's the show itself, not really the model kit. But they got permission and everything. And it says right here from the TV, the ace car for the ace detective Mannix, Mike Connors with the original Mannix Roadster right here. But there's some pretty cool parts in here. I was kind of looking it over. Now, unfortunately, this kit isn't really mint or anything, but it's still kind of fun to look it over and look at all these custom parts and everything here. The 425 front-wheel drive engines in there, dual snorkel air cleaner, the Panamere, it's a panoramic rearview mirror, custom hood, side pipes, custom wheels, gear shift console, mirrors, headrests, some of the stuff here. Looks like there's a phone right there. I like the gun in the seat. There looks like there's a couple of guns in here, which wouldn't fly today. It's kind of funny how that is. But super sleek, custom built for the drive and driven on the television by Mannix. I don't really say I've seen the show or know much about it. It's funny because I think Magnum PI, but this might be, the Magnum PI of the late 60s. So, but I haven't seen the show either, but it's interesting to kind of look this over. Now, as I mentioned, looking online and seeing some of these, apparently a somewhat valuable kit. I don't know what this one might be worth as far as its condition, because it's not in the greatest condition. But I saw a Model Roundup had one for $239, and it had sold, and a couple other places. So kind of interesting, but for me, it's just really fun to look them over. But here she is, instructions and everything. Now, I'll pull some of this stuff out because I don't think there's any decals, because it really doesn't mention decals on here. But this sheet's falling apart here. But here you can see the 425 cube motor. Pretty well detailed here too. And we'll look at some of these parts because they're quite amazing. But there's a front wheel drive transmission, the engine, the air cleaner, and the assembled. And it's funny because that air cleaner looks familiar. Like there's a model kit that I was looking for that needs one like that. But I'll have to rack my brain and remember what that is. Here's the other side with the engine compartment, radiator, battery, heater, wheels. I still love this. Please follow the instructions. The front suspension has got like a torsion bar suspension, looks like. That kind of looks like torsion bars. And then what are those? That the exhaust going into it? Kind of strange. I'm not really sure, unless the exhaust is molded in there. But it just reminds me of the Mopar torsion bar suspension right there. And I'm not really sure what it actually used. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with Toronados. Here's the interior, dash, steering wheel, pedals. Here's one of the guns, or the gun in the seat here. Kind of cool, but it looks like you assemble that upside down here, and it's got some pivot pin here, so you can fold it up or down. So it looks like it's kind of hidden. And then here we got the antenna, the rear bumper, all the front bumper stuff in chrome, headlights, the hood, the tonneau cover, the phone wall here. So definitely interesting here. So be an interesting car when it's done. And it's funny because it's got two sets of instructions. This one's crumbling because it's pretty old. But I don't know if Greg did this or whatnot, but they photocopied the instructions and went through and marked what's here and what's missing. So some of the missing items looks like it's missing the alternator. That looks like the power steering pump. So they've gone through and marked what's missing. And you see red dots on the parts. That's the same kind of thing. It's just marking what's here. So as they went through, they put a dot on the parts too, including the glass, which I thought was kind of funny. But just looking this over. So missing the pin. Looks like everything else. So a couple of missing parts according to these instructions and everything, but kind of fun to look all that over. But let's take a look at this thing and maybe some of the damage here. Here's the hood, body, interior, but we get the hood off. As you can see, this body is squished and tweaked out a little bit, so you can definitely see the body's kind of warped. Let's see if the hood should come free, but it looks like, yeah, the body's holding the hood. Yeah. So definitely tweaked quite a bit there. Don't know how salvageable this is, but doesn't look like anything's been glued or plated or painted. At first I thought that was broken, and it may or may be, but it also, yeah, it's definitely broken, but that's just a support. When I was looking it over in the instructions here, you just remove those, just like you remove this right here to build it. But yeah, this body is pretty tweaked, but still a cool look at. Convertible, cut up here, all this cut open. You can see, a warp right there where an emblem used to be, but removed. And here's the interior, which appears to be a pretty stock interior as far as it goes. Here's one of those red marks. No trans tunnel because it's all front wheel drive. And here's the chassis plate. Kind of interesting here. Yeah, because it looks like those continue the torsion bars, and then there's the exhaust pipes. So then the muffler, the gas tank, and where the screws go. Looks like an axle goes through all of that. May have holes in the chassis as well. A little piece of flash there needs to be removed, otherwise this would probably sit on there. But there's flash in some areas. But I like how it's completely textured and everything. Gives it a real undercoated look. Sometimes when these are painted semi-gloss black, they look really good. But with all the exhaust molded in and all that, be fun painting some of that. But still very interesting. And I like this custom hood treatment here with these scoops and everything. I know it was a Barris thing, and I wonder why that's marked there, like they cut a scoop into it or something. But I didn't see anything that pertains to that in there, so that might be left over from a previous version. So, all right, we'll continue on with some of this stuff. I mean, here's since I got the tires out, Goodyear Speedway tires, which see these all the time. Well, camera's not focusing, sorry. But so I can't get too close. It tends, when it does that, it does it for good. And here's the front windshield. See how I said they marked it with marker, so it usually comes off, but there's quite a bit of scratching on this. So while it's in tissue paper now, it probably hasn't been for a very long time. So we'll put that back in here. I think it's kind of risky putting the tires and the glass in the same bag, but at least the glass is wrapped. Put that back together. And let's check out the chrome. The distributor is in the chrome bag too. There we go. So here's the chrome. Then that dual snorkel air cleaner. Transmission chrome, valve covers, starter. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Fan, carb, mirror, bumpers. Here's that gun. That's pretty cool. So, a mirror, the inside rearview mirror, the panoramic one. 3 of the 4 hubcaps. Here's the 4th one. Here's the custom grill. And all the knockoffs, the shifter, and the side pipes. So, looks like all of this is here. So, that's cool. Just put some of this and put that distributor back. And we'll get some more of these parts here. Here's the engine compartment, the front suspension that I was talking about. But yeah, that sure does look like those are torsion bars. Here's that front seat about ready to fall off with the armrest there and the engine compartment. Now this is the tree that really caught my attention right here. Here you got the radiator support with the fan shroud, intake manifold, the heater box, which is a huge heater box, oil pan, some of the trans parts, front cover, oil pan, side pan. But here we got the motor, and you got all of the lifter parts in there. Got all of the cylinders, which is really cool. Nothing on the bottom side though. Here's the exhaust manifolds. Here's the heads. None of the valve train in the heads on this side, but you have the compression or combustion chambers with the intake and exhaust valves and everything right here. That's pretty cool. Got your master cylinder, single pot, so single line and booster. So, and I kind of like they've got texture on all of this stuff here, so it gives it a pretty authentic look. 12-volt battery, so they got all the number of cells right. So, get a kick out of this engine though, because it's like you almost don't want to put it together. But it's cool seeing that stuff. But again, that was 1968. The coils attached to it. But we get 3D printed motors, and they're a much nice, as nice as this. But to see that they were capable of that in the late 60s as well. I'm sure other kits were this way too. Don't know of too many. Don't see too many of them. Here we got multiple rear bumpers. Here's one rear bumper, but the exhaust tips cut out. Here's another rear bumper, same thing. And a third rear bumper that looks like they were cutting out the taillight assembly. So this one's actually got 3 rear bumpers in here. So this guy had some projects. So whoever the original builder was or what their intent was. But they cut that out. They did a really nice job getting that out of there. But yeah, there's 3 rear bumpers here. And then here we got the funky dashboard. With the AC vent, but that's a gauge that looks like an AC vent and all the other gauges. Just kind of the unusual way that this dash is made. Then here we got the armrest, the other side of the armrest where the gun goes. 3 wheel backs. Here's the console shifter with the 4-speed, which is funny because it's got the pattern on there for the 4-speed. But I believe every one of these was an automatic. I don't think there was a 4-speed option. So, kind of interesting. But like I said, don't really know Tornadoes that well. But I don't think 4-speed was available. And here's the automatic pedal. So there's the brake pedal, parking, and the gas pedal. So definitely automatic pedals. Nice radiator, hoses. And here's those exhaust pipes with the little red marks. And then that massive tonneau cover. Let's see here. This hides most of the rear seat here. Fits fairly well. Whether or not you glue that in place, and it's got the bucket seats headrest as part of them, so you're hiding a good chunk of the interior there. Oh, axles are in here, along with the screws. Here's the front valance of this thing. Oh, that might be able to use that to square up the front end when somebody who actually wanted to build this. I don't know what Greg's intent in this is. I think it's more of a kit that he picked up just as interest him. The steering wheel. That's pretty cool. A lot of these original steering wheels and the original kits have some really nice detail on them. You see a lot of the finger grips and everything on there. Sorry, my thing's not focusing for whatever reason, but It's looking pretty good there. And we got another wheel back. Here's that foam for the tonneau cover in between the seats. The missing wheel back. And are there any other parts in here? This looks like it might be a part. Let's see what if I can get my hands on it. Because I can't. Well, that's something. Don't know what it is. Looks like a diff cover of some kind. So, yeah, definitely cover. Probably on the side of the engine or something like that. And we got some sprue pieces in there and a couple of the screws to hold it together. And whatever clear parts those are. So, there may have been a decal sheet in here at some time. But it's long gone. So, interesting getting a look at some of this stuff. We'll start putting some of this stuff back. But definitely some cool parts. You know, I get a kick out of that console with the 4-speed. But definitely some interesting parts and stuff in here, and some detail you get to see in some of these kits that you didn't know existed, or you know, they were building them like that back then. So, let me get all this back in here. So, it was nice of Greg to loan this to me so that I can feature it on the channel and share it with you guys and see what you guys think of it. Some of you may have seen it and, you know, recognize the kit or built it. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have built it, if you still got it, if you did, or, you know, just kind of cool hearing about that stuff. But I'll get this all packaged back up, but kind of crazy. It's too bad this body is that heavily damaged, but it might be able to straighten out, but I don't know. It's not mine to mess with, and I'm not going to try. But some of these convertibles, when they're really tweaked, it's really hard to get them back. But anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in and subscribing and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. And you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.